Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for a album review for the Tuesday album review. Hopefully you will enjoy this. Season 5, episode 17, I believe, is what I'm doing for Breaking Benjamin's We Are Not Alone album. So, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this 42-minute album. It includes the extra track, which is Rain alternate version. This one doesn't because it's just the 11 songs. I was a little disappointed because I thought it'd include the rock version for Rain, but it didn't. But I still was able to listen to it through YouTube. So still, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for all 12 songs and let you know my thoughts on this 42-minute album. So let's dive into this album review. Now, basically, it starts with So Cold, and that's one of my favorite tracks to open the album. I pretty much enjoyed this listen of an album. It's such a great album, for sure. So Cold, Ben Burnley's vocals sound good in this track, and just the way he's singing it in the chorus sounds really amazing. Instrumentally, the lyrics are so memorable too because you can easily remember the lyrics if you're a big Breaking Benjamin fan and you know how this song goes. So yeah, pretty much 5 out of 5. Simple Design is one of my favorite songs. Really enjoyed this track for how it sounds overall, so that's another 5 out of 5 for me. I really like how it builds up to the really epic chorus that sounds really amazing, and mixing wise and just instrumentally it sounds really good, and Ben Burnley's vocals it just hits. It's a smash hit mostly is what I'm trying to say. So basically 5 out of 5. Then comes Follow. This one was sorry about the ding, that's my phone or whatever. That's my messenger, I meant to say. I'm getting my wordings mixed up. Follow is a pretty good track. I really like this track for how it songs. So apparently, Ben Burnley's vocals sound really amazing in this. I think he sounds really good vocally in the chorus, and it builds up to a really good chorus. And I like the bridge part, the I Hate This World moment, which is pretty epic of a track. So pretty much 5 out of 5. Firefly, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but after listening to it more often, this song grew on me to being one of my favorite songs. I did not think I'd like it. It's a pretty good track. It's just not one of the best songs, but it's pretty good. So I'd give it a 5 out of 5 still. It's still a great track, despite some things and critiques I have with certain moments in the track. So 5 out of 5. Break My Fall is a pretty great song. I really like how this song sounds overall. It sounds very ominous and really dark at the same time, but this track works with the execution and how Ben Burnley's vocals are sounding. So 5 out of 5. Forget It. I've noticed that some people don't really like this song. I find this song to be very underrated because of how good it sounds. It's mellow, I'll give you that. I'll give it that. It's a very mellow track, and I can see why some people are mixed about this song. But I personally love it. It's such a beautiful track, and it sounds really nice with how it overall is doing it. It changes the melody in a good way. That's probably why some people don't like it, because of the melody changes throughout the track. It changes from one melody to another, then to the final melody and the closing melody. So pretty much it's a pretty amazing song for how it sounds, in my opinion. So I'd give it a 5 out of 5. Sooner or Later is a pretty rockin' song. Really enjoyed this track. It sounds really good for how it overall sounds, so 5 out of 5. It was a single for the album, and they made a music video for it too, which the music video was pretty cool. So Ben Burnley's vocals sound really amazing in this track, so 5 out of 5. Breakdown is one of my favorite songs. Basically, I like how it starts, and then when it builds up later on to the epic chorus, it does pretty alright. Meaning it does really well. So basically, pretty much 5 out of 5 for Breakdown. Really great track. Definitely rocks for sure. Then comes Away, and that's a pretty good song. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it at first, but it did grow on me. So it's a pretty much a banger, 5 out of 5. It just takes a few listens to sink in to see if you like it or not. Quite a bit of listens, I guess you could say, to see if it's your favorite or not. But I grew up listening to Breaking Benjamin, and I've actually grown to really like this band and how their sound is. I mean, yeah, it's fine to experiment once in a while with your music, and that's what I think they should do with the next album, is experiment a little more, but in a good way. They gotta make it work, basically. So, pretty much 5 out of 5 for Away. Believe is a great song. Really enjoyed this track. The screams from Ben Burnley are amazing in it, along with Breakdown, too. It had some scream vocals that did pretty good, along with Away, too. But this track really hits the nail and goes all out with the drum work, and just the overall instrumentation is pretty heavy. So, pretty much a 5 out of 5. Then comes a Rain, and then there's a rock version to it after that, which I will talk about the rock version after the original song. The original song is very nice with the acoustic work, and Ben Burnley makes it work with his vocals with this song. So 5 out of 5. And finally, we get to the official closing track, Rain rock version, or as you could say, alternate version, which is what I put down. So basically, it's a pretty epic song to end this really amazing album. So this is a 5 out of 5 for me. I really like how Ben Burnley is singing it, and then it ends it off with some pretty heavy drum work and pretty rockin' sound to it. So 5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think for this Tuesday album review, Breaking Benjamin, We Are Not Alone, this was one of my favorite albums of all time. I don't know if it's all time, but it is one of my favorite albums that came out in 2004. So it is an excellent album. So for a score for me, I'm giving Breaking Benjamin, which I never thought I'd give it a really amazing score, for We Are Not Alone, the album, a 10 out of 10. This is a really rockin' album. Highly recommend you check this album. Pretty much all the songs are great. I mean, there's some mixing issues I have with certain tracks, but overall, this is a pretty epic album in my opinion. I personally did dig all the songs and how they structurally sounded throughout this album. So pretty much 10 out of 10 for We Are Not Alone by Breaking Benjamin. Thank you guys for watching this album review today.